Well, greetings, BUS22 students. This is Mr. Doucette, and this is week number 2 in our 16-week, actually our 8-week class in business communications or managerial communications here at Norco College, spring 2026. And this week we're going to be looking at chapter 14 on business presentations. So we kind of started off at the beginning looking at chapter 1 and kind of getting acquainted with business communications and managerial communications. And now we're going to be jumping to the last chapter, which is chapter 14, or close to the last chapter, because I want to give you what you need to be able to complete the individual presentation assignment that you should have started on last week. And this is going to give you kind of an overview on what business presentations are all about, how to conduct them, how to perform them, and then ultimately help you with both this assignment, which is the individual presentation assignment, as well as the do's and don'ts of business presentations assignment. So it really kind of covers two assignments and gives you the foundation for that. So that's what we'll be looking at this week, chapter 14. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and go back to where I was a second ago, which is our class in Canvas. So here we are on the home page, and I'm going to scroll up here and come down. We're in module number 1. So I'm just going to select module number 1, and that will bring us into start of the class. So obviously last week we looked at chapters 1 and 2. Sorry, not just 1 but 2, and you did start these two assignments. So you did a quiz and you looked at the PowerPoints, you read the chapters hopefully. So this week we're going to be continuing on to read through the book, but I'm going to go ahead and move these two assignments down, and I'm going to change them by the time you look at this to continue individual presentation and continue discussion post assignment. And by the way, this Wednesday, we are going to have a Zoom session, and I'm going to be going over both of these assignments in great detail. So if you join me at 10 o'clock in Zoom, I will be going over both of these assignments. I'll basically be doing them for you in a sense, not the discussion, not the individual presentation, but the discussion post. I will be kind of going over the do's and don'ts of giving a presentation. So join me for that. That'll be this Wednesday, February 25th at 10 a.m. And you can just click the folder right here that's at the top. And this folder will bring you into the link. And it's basically the same link that you're using right now for this Zoom session, or I'm using right now. Anyway, so this week we're looking at chapter 14. So make sure you read the chapter, you review the PowerPoint slides. You can read the chapter by going to the home page and then selecting on the home page the book icon of the book on the front page, and that'll bring you to it. But make sure you read it. Then you have a check-in assignment. Now, the check-in assignments are probably new because last week we did an initial check-in assignment. That was just personal questions. This one, you're actually looking up questions out of the book or answering questions out of the book. So you need to go to the chapter 14. You need to open this assignment. There'll be 3 or 4 questions you need to answer. You're going to find the answer in that chapter in the textbook. You're going to make sure when you do submit your assignment that you include the question and the page number of where you found the answer. That's because some students just search the question on the internet and they find one and they submit that, and that's not the idea of the assignment. The idea is that you go to the textbook, you get the answer, you give me the page number where you found it, and the answer in the textbook should be the answer from the textbook, and you should put it into your own words. And that's if you don't include the questions and you don't include the page number, I'll give you a 0 on the assignment until you send those to me. So please just do it all in the first take, and I'll give you credit for the assignment. It's pretty much you get 12.5 points or you don't. It's either you did it or you didn't, and that's kind of how that assignment is treated. Then again, you have your 2 presentation and discussion posts that you're continuing, and then you have a quiz on chapter 14. So that's pretty much it for week number 2, and pretty much every week follows the same order. In this first module, you'll be having a check-in assignment and a quiz, and then you'll be continuing your presentation and your discussion post from week number 1. That's going to go for 4 or 5 weeks, and then those will end as we move into module number 2. You'll have a check-in assignment every week. You'll have a quiz every week. You'll have another discussion post. The next one's going to be on do's and don'ts of business writing, and then starting in week 6, you're going to have a writing assignment that's also due every week. And this is either going to be a memo or an email or a letter or some form of business communications in written form. So keep that in mind. But for right now, you have a check-in, you have a quiz, and then you have the individual presentation. That's the big one because you're going to be recording yourself giving a presentation. And again, this Wednesday at 10 o'clock, I'll be going over that in great detail. So join me for that. If not, if you do, I'll see you then. If not, you'll see me on video again next week. Have a great week.